Chapter 14. A Plate. Kara's Point of View. Concern floods back into my system the second the fire is turned down and I scoop breakfast into a series of serving bowls. Blue's actions surprised me. Caught me off guard, rather. But it's the silent stillness that concerns me at the moment. I hadn't meant to push him. I should have read the signs of his movements. He wasn't being subtle. I just didn't want to see it. I know it will not be the same as it was with Alex. It wouldn't happen again. Not like that. I wouldn't let it get there. Not when I can stop it. There is a heat on my face that has nothing to do with the fire I've been cooking from. It has been a while, but I'm not entirely naive. I didn't want to think about Blue's training. About the fact that he's probably memorized sexual preferences for too many people to count. About how he is apparently trying to figure out what my preferences are. He's still very fragile, even if I'm only speaking physically. I don't know how he can even stand to think of anything sexual. It's probably more of a habit than anything else. My movements are quiet, but in the room it feels like every movement I make is a cacophonous noise. I wonder what he's thinking about now. He's so still and quiet that he nearly fades out of existence as the tasks take my attention. But as I slow down, he's still there, waiting, back straight and in perfect position, sitting on his heels, tail curled up, ready for orders. At least the weight is off his knees. I need to have him checked out by someone who knows what they're doing. The list of things for Blue grows longer as the first day of classes grows ever closer. At once I'm angry with myself. What did I think was going to happen? That I would buy a familiar and the adjustment would happen overnight? Even if he wasn't damaged, Blue still has a lot of things he needs. Clothes, toiletries, towels, things of his own. I think it would do him good to have something to call his own. I want him involved in the process of choosing, so it can't happen today. Blue is unsteady on his feet, though I can't blame him. He's not ready to go running around the market. Maybe tomorrow, after he's had some time to get used to it. Making him part of the process, in choosing, I hope will make it easier for him to accept. Bowls are stacked, and I grab a set of plates and some utensils for the table. Blue twitches at that. Quiet, but active in a way that most wouldn't notice. I don't know what's rattling around in his head, but it must be noisy up there. I know it is for me. Now I have to address the elephant in the room. Or rather, the cat, kneeling by my chair. "All right, Blue." His eyes come up, showing that he's listening, but stopping mid-chest at the best. He never makes eye contact, avoids it like the plague. I'm not quite ready to touch him again. Not when a vaguely pleasant scratch between the ears leads to sexual service in his mind. But at least I have his attention. "Breakfast time!" I try to make it sound more quiet, but still excited. Let him know that it's an event he's meant to take part in, but I don't want to make him spook. He shifts and squirms a little in his seated position, not enough to be obtrusive, but I am watching. His hands twist in his lap, and I can feel the radiating nervousness. That won't do. His skittishness, I am realizing, is mostly from not being sure what to do. Explicit instructions should help. I put the plate into his hand and watch him jump up fast, fingers white-knuckled around the curved ceramic as he holds it. His eyes flit around, watching as I remain calm despite his movements, and do nothing more than sit down in my chair. At least he's off the floor. "Master?" he croaks, just holding the plate in his grip. I wonder if he understands exactly what I mean for him to do. I motion to the bowls of fruit, eggs, cheese, and bread. It's more than I would normally make for the morning, but I was nervous. And I have an excuse now. This is more than enough food for 2 people, but I don't know what he likes in the mornings, if he has preferences, or stars if he has allergies. I need to ask him about those necessities. Though maybe I need to check his file, his medical record. "Go on. Make a plate." I smile and say the word slowly, trying to make sure that it doesn't come off as a reprimand. Blue flinches hard, and before I have a chance to do anything, he moves in a deep bow. "Yes, master, I can do this. Thank you, master." He moves himself, a little jerky at first, as he takes a second to look over the table. Quickly but gracefully, he moves around to the spoons and takes portions of each bowl, arranging the selections to cross and interact artfully. He hesitates only slightly, considering the portions in front of him before deciding on what to dish up. The eggs take their place at the edge of the plate, bits of cheese falling where the portion of eggs stops. Fruit is arranged in colorful rings at the other side of the plate. It's more effort than is necessary for the task, but he seems pleased with himself as he finishes tastefully arranging bread slices on the edge of the plate. All finished, he has a hearty amount of food on the plate. I'm pleased. I thought this would be an issue, that I would have to force things onto his plate. But it seems that it will not be a problem. Seeing that he's doing fine, my mind moves on to other things. Mostly the looming of school that is only a week away at this point. How am I going to get ready in time? How am I going to get Blue ready in time? Pushing away a headache, I realize why it might not have been the best idea to wait this long on getting a familiar. It might have been easier if Blue and I had a month, 2 even, before we would have had to be at school. Learning how to act around each other is going to be difficult, especially when I consider that discipline via the public is very much a thing that the training book covers. Not only do I have to help Blue feel safe in my presence, we can't publicly be breaking too many protocols or some good Samaritan might step in to punish Blue for me. It doesn't help that every time I try to interact with Blue, he is trying to puzzle out which of his previous owners I am most like. I can nearly hear the creak of gears turning when he sits and tries to observe in silence. There aren't many things left to do for the coming year, but I do need to go pick up some of the books I've lent Shauna. At once, I am glad and regretful that I can't bring Blue. Glad, because now I can ask questions of Shauna without knowing that Blue will be there. Worried, but also regretful. Blue deserves a trip outside to stretch his legs, breathe in clean air. I'll have to get him clothes soon anyway. It'll be a whole other trip that his feet will be fully recovered for. I promise myself that we will go then. For now, I have to resign myself to going alone to pick up my books. Though I do suppose that it will give Blue some time to get used to the house when I'm not around. This way, he'll be able to properly explore. I'll have to keep a few doors locked, but it should be a good experience. I need to be out of the house so that Blue can be in it, at least for the day as he settles in. There's a nice little shop with books and tea that people often stop and work at on the way back from Shauna's house. I can bring Blue's file, get some work done, and go through the reading list and ensure that Shauna didn't fuck up my pages like she did last time I lent her a copy. At least I have a plan for the day. Blue makes his way back around the table and again kneels at my side, lifting his plate to me, presenting. That looks very good, Blue. We can work on getting him up in a chair later in the day, but at the moment he needs the encouragement that he's done well. I see the praise go straight through him. His lips turn upwards in a mostly irrepressible smile, and he sits up straighter. I wonder how anyone could resist giving him praise just to see him perk up at the suggestion he's done well. It turns me into goo. How could anyone in good conscience hurt him? He looks better even now when he's drowned in clothes that are not his own, with bruises up and down his body, a light fade of pink from the morning gone, but I have no doubt that it'll be back after the meal. The plate, however, does not return to his lap. He stays stock still, holding the plate up to me. His pleasant grin is not faded, and I'm unsure what is wrong. Blue? The smile fades as an awkward moment passes between us, neither doing or saying anything. Yes, master? He's quiet again, hesitant. I wonder what could possibly be wrong. What are you doing? I can't help the agitated tone that bleeds into my voice. I am... His eyes flick quickly, assessing. I am waiting for you to take your meal, master.